Good day, hope you're well, welcome back, and today, welcome to War 3 of Season 52, we are taking on Bolt. Heck of an alliance, they came out swinging early, and by the time I'm taking my fights here, the war is close to done, and yeah, we were a bit behind, but we're still trying to take our best shot here. So we're going down path 8, I got this Zemo up front, not a tremendous issue. Getting my Kate boosted up, you know how she does. We're definitely going to learn some lessons though in this war. We might have a little bit of slow-mo. You might have seen that thumbnail. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. So we're hopping into this fight. This is one of those times I really appreciate someone like Tom Jarvis with his moron counter, because right there off the beginning, I noticed my weaknesses are triggering, and I recognize I did not remind myself to take off Resonate. Now, thankfully, we push him past the route during the special. So at this point in time, we're pretty much free and clear, but the lesson learned is to make sure if Resonate's going to be an issue, you put a note to turn it off. It turns out that's going to come up again in a later war, but that's for another time. By the time we were done working through that, working it out, Kate has nuked down that ZeMid. I don't know that there's anywhere on the map he's much of an issue, and for Kate, very little is an issue, if we're being honest. Moving on to this Hulkling. I was not as prepared for this fight as I should have been. You're going to watch that happen. I know White Tiger. I've been playing White Tiger. This is not a matchup I have done with White Tiger, and that will be apparent. You see that message come through? I'm on airplane mode, so a lot of good airplane mode does. But, you know, this is a primo matchup for White Tiger. He does good stuff in this matchup. But I don't do good stuff, so we'll watch it go. Start off with our dash in, get those Furies up. Beautiful. I should have gone right into my next special one right there. I'm getting better at playing her over the last couple months. And then we had our Power Steel, and I'm looking at that, I'm like, okay, I got my Power Steel ready. I didn't really recognize during the first special one that my Power Steel wasn't working. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go hard here and do that. Did not think that special 2 would push him to where it did, but here we are. I'm lightly boosted at the beginning of this war because I'm only taking these couple fights before I do big boosts, and so naturally I get smacked in the face. Now thankfully we're stealing some of that regen, and we just need to do that and get out of that fight, but my goodness, what an expensive lesson. Now that we're all nice and healed up, we're hopping into this Maestro over on path 3. We're going to Kate this fight. I'm sure for all you BG's players, you're fairly familiar with how this fight goes, and again, heavily boosted Kate is a monster. You can see we got the big 30s on. I'm going to pop a combat regen just to mitigate any potions I might need to use, because I'm also going to use Kate for that Chavez. But this is BG's 101. This is Kate versus Maestro 101. There's no real node interaction. We just want to go in there and do Kate things. Let our cold snap do the work. Just like when you're cooking. You want to let your pan do the work? Here we want to let our cold snaps do the work. Cooking, try to get a little intercept there, but he's not, no dice. Naturally, I try to keep the glancing off, but also too slow. Should have done that earlier, but let's be realistic. It's not a tremendous deal. One cold snaps up and ticking. Get some pauses in, do some things. I probably want to heavy counter this. Yeah, that makes sense. And you can see this guy's almost halfway down, slowly ticking, and by slowly I mean rapidly. Again, we're just refreshing, bouncing in and out, and this fight's basically done. Let him tick down. Call it good, baby. Let's go. Been a while since I got to use Kate. The BG's metas have not been friendly to her. Moving on to Chavez. Again, nothing really in this node set that's going to cause an issue. It is just a Chavez. You know how Chavez gets. So we still got our regen boost active, so I am not going to spend any potions to go in because we're just going to heal up. Pretty sure? Yeah. And you'll see how this goes, because you know how Chavez can be. Either you're going to go really well, or she's going to do things like where she just starts spamming heavies and it's going to be miserable. The nice thing is Kate's so good that she'll be able to handle this even if Chavez doesn't cooperate. So we're just pausing, punishing the special to pause. Throwing heavies. Man, Chavez has been rough lately. Feels like in the last 2 months, maybe it was a little bit longer than that, her AI has gotten even worse about throwing heavies. She's ticking though. It really doesn't matter. I mean, one cold snap this entire fight, and she's still gonna be gone, man. Kate's amazing. Done. Now we get to move on to the minis. And as ugly as it's been, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to get any better. So as you know, because you've been following, obviously watching my videos with bated breath, thus far this season, I have technically died 3 times. I died once in War 1 to Serpent, and twice in War 1 to Onslaught. Now my planner would say that those 2 deaths to Onslaught don't count. So we're gonna hold 2 on the technicality and say, okay, I've died once this season to Serpent. Now it's time to shoot for some redemption. Now this time he's on 42, not 40. And so it's a slightly different node set. And again, I did not put myself through a proper rotation and thought process before going into this fight. And there are a few big mistakes I make, for sure. I do not play this fight well. Also, as we all know, Serpent is exceedingly balanced and is a fun experience for the game. So, you can see right there, I knock him down with my special. I'm being fairly aggressive, trying to get my Furies up, trying to get my intercepts with my mediums so I get my crits up. And that's probably going to bite me. But for right now, we're just jamming. Like I said, this war was not in a good spot. There's another mistake. So, always struggle to dex out of that special one. I see people do it later. I think maybe I'm doing it too early. But pretty aggravating. Pretty aggravating. And so the first set of my mistakes, other than just dexing stuff, because, you know, that's me being trash. Or let's watch this. I dash back. I'm on the other side of the screen. And I catch the special 2 to the face. You tell me about that. How awesome that is. I slowed it down for your viewing pleasure. I'm now going to ramble and rant while I'm healing. I didn't cut this out. So the primary mistake I made in terms of my gameplay in this fight is I was using my specials to knock him down, and thus was losing a significant amount of my special damage, and White Tiger does a lot of damage on her basic hits. What I should have been doing is countering his special 1 with my heavy to take the one I open down. And now we get our heal back up. We do the thing. I'm hitting him with one eye open because I don't care. It's not a tremendous amount of damage. I'll knock him down when I get there. Bad prep. Should have been in a better spot. But man, that swing on those specials is just absurd. See there, I do my specials back to back. That's how I like to play White Tiger, even against Serpent. Back out of that one. It's crazy that he can reach across legitimately the entire screen. Here's my indestructible, again with that aggression I was talking about earlier. And I'm still, you know, shooting myself in the foot. All in all, watching this back was pretty painful. I did terrible in this fight. So here we're actually going to get some damage. That's nice. And, you know, Serpent unfortunately hits like a truck through the block. Get a nice little intercept there. Huh? Turns out I can actually play this game like a broken clock. I'm right twice a day. But we're all right. We've reset. We're now winning the health battle. We're still winning the health battle. We're doing okay. Just trying to get these specials in. Try to get that bleed going. My power steel's ready to rock. I'm in a decent spot here. I just need to finish this out. I probably should have baited that special one and gone that route and tried to punish it with my heavy. You see, man, he's just trucking me through the block, and I dash in and get special intercepted. You can see, as we slowed it down, I was 96% of the way to him. And yeah, you know what 96% isn't? 100%. So, I've died 5 times this season. We're going to remove 2 on technicality. So I've died 3 times this season. All 3 times to Serpent. Tons of fun. Love it. Love it. Makes me happy. So, yeah, I still healed up. You know, this is effectively a lost war at this point in time, but I hate dying. I'm not trying to go in and just not heal and do the things. I want to save every attack bonus possible. If I die again, I would go in at 40%ers, but I can spoil it for you. I'm not going to die this time. Actually going to finish a Serpent fight. Ish. You know how it goes. Bait specials. I do think I finally correct that first error I talked about in this fight, which is I knock him down with my heavy off of a special one. I don't remember for sure though, but I'm pretty sure I did. Obviously didn't do it there. Yeah, just a masterclass in how not to play Serpent, to be honest with you. Here we go, bait the heavy so I can get the dash out, get the crits. And you see this is how it's supposed to go, right? You're supposed to do things like that. I'm gonna go for my relic intercept. He bites, throw the special one, and it's a fight that's done, man. Ish, right? The guy just won't die. Brutal. I'm sorry you had to watch that. I'm sorry I had to watch that. All right, moving on to my last mini of the war, a fight that I was pretty worried about. I got this Bullseye over on 45 Conflictor. Now, I took Bullseye in the off season on 48 Conflictor, and it was miserable. It was an absolutely miserable fight to take that with Onslaught, and I was very concerned that was going to duplicate here. But, you know, I figure we just boost big, use the shocks to ramp up, minimize triggering the Conflictor so he doesn't just evade on me all weird, and we'll see how it goes. And you will see how it goes. Okay, so we want to trigger that there. That way we can, you know, he has a short stun when you do it that way, and then he gets the long stun if you do it that way. So we go straight to the special 2. We build our degens. We try to get the stun there going, but since it triggered the passive right away, I don't get the time from the regular stun to the passive stun transition. But it doesn't matter, because literally as I'm explaining one Conflictor thing, Bullseye's dead. Rank 3 Onslaught's amazing. And in this war, so was Bolt. They're very good. Like I said, by the time I was taking my fights, it was effectively lost, and they came out swinging hard. They crushed it. GG's to them. GG's to our MVPs, Bean, Brill, Good Hood. Good work, gentlemen. That puts us at 2-1 on the season. Not quite where we wanted to be, but we're grinding, boys. We're climbing and grinding. Until next time, peace.